to That Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome to That Wrestling Podcast. It's just Brian and it's just Kevin. It's BK. Have it your way.
Have it your way.
I like
exactly
that. It is. Yeah, no Jason, no Joe. The double J's are out. So we're going to take you through the week that was in professional wrestling. I want to talk, you and I were talking off the air about this weekend and like Olympics and NBA All-Star Game. I want to run this idea by you because this is wrestling related. And I think this would be a really cool thing because a lot of people, I think our age, are just kind of like, we don't need to do all-star games anymore. NBA, the dunk contest, I think we've seen every dunk possible. You know, it's just not the same as it was when we were kids. I think, and I can't take the credit for this, but somebody said this idea. I think it might have been Bill Simmons for an idea for the NBA All-Star Saturday night. A one-on-one tournament that is Royal Rumble style, meaning two people start off, they draw 1 and 2, and then you don't know what happens is that first game, the winner is the person who gets 2 baskets.
Okay.
And then you don't know who you're playing next. Here comes number 3. And number 3 comes out, and let's say number 1 won. Number 3 comes out. Number 3 will have to make 2 baskets to advance. Number 1, who already played, just needs to make 1.
Okay.
And they'll keep on going until, again, like Royal Rumble, like let's say it's 10 people. Number 10, lucky number 10, comes out, and the winner gets $1 bajillion. What do you think?
I like it.
Wouldn't that be great?
I like it.
You wouldn't know who it is. Like you've got, LeBron versus Cooper Flag, and LeBron wins. Oh, here comes Wembanyama. You know, like that would be. Really
and then it's like a nostalgia. Someone who's not in the league anymore. Yao Ming. Wow.
Right. You'd have to have a legend in there. Yeah. So yeah.
Muggsy Bogues at 10. Okay.
Right. That's the fun of the Royal Rumble.
That would be fun. That would be fun. And I like your 2-for-1 type thing. So if you did a long run, you wouldn't have to keep getting to. I like it. Where are you at, Silver?
I think that's a great idea.
It is a great idea.
Dunk contest, like once every 4 or 5 years, it's like good. I like the 3-point contest, but it is what it is. And I never cared for any of the skill challenge, whatever things that they do. So, yes. So you heard it here first. I mean, you really heard it here first from Bill Simmons, I think. I'm not taking the credit, but boy, if that happens, I think that would be so fun. You take the excitement of the Royal Rumble and put it to one-on-one basketball. That's money.
It is.
Damn. All right. We're on to something here. We're also on to talking about the week that was in professional wrestling. We were all texting a little group text during the Super Bowl, right? It's fun and everything. And one of you guys sent me something that was probably, other than the Patriots losing, well, no, I didn't say that right. Other than, the Seahawks winning and me being happy, the most I got upset for the night was this text that came in that said, like, Bron Breakker hernia surgery.
Yeah.
No, what is going on? So they talk about it on Monday Night Raw. I guess the story is that he probably had it from like flipping over the table on Monday Night Raw the previous week. And, the reports are maybe he's out 6 weeks, maybe he's out 12 weeks. Either way, he's out for quite a while. Maybe, we're what? Let's see, we're February. So we're like 2 months away from WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Just a little over. It's gonna be tough. He might not. Tell me this, man, because I thought about this in the concept of just the bigger vision storyline, right?
Yeah.
Seth Rollins comes in, he brings on Braun. He brings on Bronson Reed. They turn on Seth because Seth got injured in the Cody match at, I think it was King of the Ring or Crown Jewel or whatever. So Seth's out. That obviously throws a wrench into the whole plans. Braun kind of got the spot of like being kind of the man for the group, and now he's hurt. What do you do, man? What's the next move if you were in charge for like what can this group do to keep it going
It
or not?
and that's the tricky thing. So when you think of vision, right? What's like perfect vision? Like 2020, right?
2020.
This is like Mr. Magoo with those big thick glasses. That's like 0, 0. I don't even know if
Yeah.
that's even a thing where it's just like it's not clear,
Yeah.
right? It's not a clear quote unquote vision because you maybe had the teasing of Seth might be leading another group with the hoods on and without Braun when Seth took the was out and then it was everyone else, I did have a tendency really quick to be like, okay, this isn't going to be as good. Bron Breakker got way better on the mic week after week. Of course, in the ring, it's insane. Then I'm like, okay, brought in Logan Paul,
Right.
brought in Austin Theory. I'm like, still with Paul Heyman. Still, it wasn't like a 2.0 situation. It literally was like a reforming of the vision, right?
Yeah.
With Bron Breakker out, that's where I feel like it's you have multiple pieces without that one main leader. Logan Paul could be it.
Okay.
Bronson Reed could be it. Austin Theory, I think, looks like $1 million, and I like it that the talking's limited. Could be it, but it's like when you think of a Paul Heyman guy, that's who I feel like has to be quote unquote it. Logan Paul doesn't need to be a Paul Heyman guy. Like that's where I feel like it could take a small little hit to where I
Mhm.
want it to go. That's where it gets even murkier because I really wanted to see an accumulation to have Bron Breakker maybe go against whoever's behind the hood type thing. Maybe
Right.
we'll get that eventually. Mania's 8 weeks away or 9 weeks away from Saturday. If
Right.
it's could be as soon back as 6 weeks to 12 weeks, the dude's a freak athlete. So I'm sure he will be at the lower amount of the weeks. I don't think they're going to disband. I don't.
Yeah.
I think they could throw a little detour in the situation of everything. But this is what I keep thinking. But then I eat my own words because on Monday night we saw another hooded guy
Right.
take him out. So it's
Yeah.
they're going forward still, and then maybe they collectively say like, nope, our guy he's revamping, he's rehabbing, he's going to be back, maybe it's going to be a slow burn where they were like, oh, let's accelerate this and we're going to have a reveal at Elimination Chamber in
Mhm.
2 weeks from Saturday. Maybe it's going to be a reveal between Elimination Chamber at Mania if his recovery is going good. So I think it's just going to be more of a delayed thing. I don't think they detour away really much of adding new members or anything to that point. I think this is going to be a time to shine for Bronson Reed more than anyone because
Yeah.
Logan Paul doesn't need it. The dude is so good on everything he does. Bronson Reed, I would say, took a little bit of a backseat when Bron Breakker started going to mega star, where at the beginning when they both got brought in, the Bronze equal.
Right.
And then Breakker started going up. This might be the time where Bronson could elevate to that level. So if Breakker comes back, they both can be the monster of the group. So things
Yeah.
work out in weird ways. I'm just glad it wasn't a tore his Achilles or he's going to be out for a long time like that. So
Yeah. It's still bad timing, but the fact that hopefully it's not going to be a 6 month to a year injury, then that's definitely a bonus. And yeah, I think it gives Bronson Reed an opportunity to shine even more. I'd like that idea. Yeah, it's just when we go back to the masked man, obviously, like the one thing that it's designed to make us think is that Seth Rollins.
yeah,
Right? He comes out, he does like a super kick, and he stomps the guy's head. That's Seth Rollins' move, and it's just I don't know if that's what eventually, when we get to Elimination Chamber or WrestleMania, about that time, that like the mask will come off, and it was Seth Rollins this whole time. When we all think, no, that's not Seth Rollins, that's somebody else. Um, I don't know who else it could be, but I have seen the theory floated, not the Austin theory, but the theory floated around. Like, is that Bad Bunny?
I
Have you
it's
seen
I
that?
did. I
Obviously, he's been
did.
in the news lately with
I
everything
did. And
Super
then they
Bowl.
like zoomed in on the little part of the mouth that you
Yeah,
saw in the
right,
mask, and they're
right.
like they put Bad Bunny's face next to that, and they're like, it's a match. And I'm just like,
Oh my
wow, you're
God.
stretching.
Yeah,
That would be very cool for a shock factor, but you need someone who's going to be there continuously. And I don't think the megastar of Bad Bunny is going to be, if he comes back, he's not going to be back for more than maybe a WrestleMania
yeah,
appearance,
of course.
that type thing. I want someone to be unmasked that's going to be there every week.
Yeah,
But I don't know who it could be. And that's the beautiful thing. Like if I had to put betting odds, the only name that truly comes to my mind, and I don't want it to be the low hanging fruit, right? Because they want you to think it's Seth
right,
with
of course.
getting excited, like getting all giddy and then doing perfect stomps. Everyone who's doing the
1,000%.
stomps,
Yeah, whoever does it's
kudos.
really good.
Everybody,
Yeah,
everybody. Because it was like one time you saw the muscular guy and he looked like Austin Theory. Then another time he was like tall and skinny. Oh, that's Montez Ford. But no, then you see Montez Ford in the live shows recently and the dude got bulked up. Like,
right.
nope, not him.
And you can
Uh,
see on the mask, the whoever this is right now, or at least in the last one, is a Caucasian male. This is
yeah,
I don't think that's Montez, but
nope,
my eyesight might be deceiving me. So yeah,
nope.
I don't know. I just don't know.
But that's the beautiful thing
Yeah,
is we're questioning it without going, oh, the winner of the Rumble is going to be Roman. The winner of the Rumble is
right,
going to be Liv.
right.
That was like low hanging fruit, right? I want to be surprised with this. I want to be like, whoa, really? Like
Yeah,
something crazy. Give me, you
yeah.
know, give me, I don't even know.
I don't know.
We'll
I'm fine.
see.
I'd be happy with Bad Bunny, but and eventually, if it is Seth, we're just like, oh, okay. But I don't know. Of course, I wouldn't mind like a third wild card out there. I don't know who has been injured lately that we haven't seen in a while. Or I can't. The Chris Jericho thing would just be weird. Can't see.
Yeah,
I can't see a Chris Jericho unveiling like that. But I guess
no.
anything's
And if it's
possible.
Jelly Roll, Jelly's got skinny.
He has lost a lot of weight. I don't think he's quite that much, but I'm
Nope.
not following him day to day like that. Who knows?
But his wife is Bunny. So it could
Bunny.
be, yeah.
That's true. Bad Bunny, and okay, maybe there is something there, Kev.
Maybe she's a good bunny. Who knows? Well, that's
The
jelly.
Jelly Roll, I'm sure she is.
But yeah, Elimination Chamber. Things could happen. And
Yeah,
it's shaping up to be a pretty good card as well.
yeah. We're getting that going on. We had some qualifying matches last week on SmackDown and then on Monday Night Raw. So let's see here. Women, we had Tiffany Stratton over Lash Legend and Chelsea Green. Uh, Disappointing news, found out that Chelsea Green broke her ankle in that match. So that sucks. I mean, we talk
Yeah.
about injury bug. It just seems to be continuing quite a bit lately. We had on SmackDown too Randy Orton over Aleister Black and Solo. On Monday's Raw, Rhea Ripley won over Lyra and Ivy Nile. And in the main event, LA Knight won over Penta and Austin Theory. You think all those decisions made sense? Do you like
I
them? Anything else?
This is the thing. I think LA Knight came back. So is Tiffany recently.
Yeah,
Perfect opportunity to put them in. Rhea over Lyra and Ivy. That is a very uh
obvious
I
one.
would
Would you
say
say?
obvious.
Or
The only one I
yeah,
have a
I mean,
problem with, Randy, unless he wins,
mhm.
I feel like maybe you could have gave it to Aleister
I
Black.
thought that a little bit.
That's the thing,
Yeah,
because it's like I understand for star power,
mhm.
like Randy's the biggest star power of
Of course.
those three. But I'm like, unless he's gonna win, it's just a filler where you could have gave it to Aleister Black, had him on the poster and the logo. That means you're putting him in one of uh six people competing for that title.
Mhm.
Same thing with Solo. Solo, I think, would have been better than Randy as well. For star power, they made the right choice for Randy. I would have preferred Aleister Black, though, personally.
Yeah, I thought about that one. I thought, does somebody, interfere with Randy to let Aleister Black win it? So I had that one. Other than that, you know, kind of no brainers. I thought, like, I know they like Lash Legend. She was a monster in the Royal Rumble. Chelsea's
Yeah.
fantastic, but she's, as we've talked about so many times, she doesn't, she could lose every match and still be somebody that is entertaining and enjoyable. So, yeah, I also, too, I didn't think it would happen because of the comeback, but I do hope we get to a point with Penta where he gets into like that main program too,
Yep.
because the crowd loves him. He's fantastic, and I feel like he's another one where it's kind of been like he maybe like 1 week's been fighting Grande Americano, and then there's been a couple weeks with him and like Ray and Dragon Lee teaming up against like the Vision guys. And
Yeah.
then I think Ray might have got hurt in a match like a week ago or two. I haven't heard anything serious, but something that the Vision, there was a beatdown after the match, and like Ray just like rolled out of the ring and let the other guys take the beatdown. So it seems like, like we're going this way. Oh, now we're this way. We're this way. We're that way. So I hope he gets something. And again, I didn't necessarily think it'd be with LA Knight in the match, but I hope he doesn't keep on that up and down path that he's been
Yeah.
at least the last couple of months to me. We've got coming up, I'm really excited for SmackDown. Cody versus Jacob Fatu versus Sami Zayn. Hello. I mean,
Yeah.
I think, we talked about, all right, Sammy just lost to Drew, so I don't see him winning, but it's still a guy who just had a title shot at the Royal Rumble. And Cody and Jacob, I mean, that's just, what the hell? You flip a coin, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think.
That's exactly it, because I'm torn. I can make the case for all three.
Yeah.
I truly could. I could see a situation where uh Cody and Jacob just beat the crap out of each other so much, and Sammy gets like the easy win,
Blue pin,
rolls
yeah.
someone up and pins them. Or, you could have Cody's really coming on strong, because last week he's like, hey, we're making this, measuring contest, and I don't have the nickname. What was it?
Yeah,
Raheem for nothing. So
Raheem.
it's like, he's
Raheem.
posed or
Yeah.
poised
Yeah.
to be that other championship match. It makes sense. Cody is WrestleMania, right? I feel like if he's not going for a title, you got to put him in a huge match. And the only match I could think that is truly big enough for that would be against Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania, kind of like a grudge match. So it's like, I feel like Cody's going to win
Okay.
or Sammy. And I would
Oh,
say
wow.
Jacob
Okay.
has no chance. Cody only to the point where you would have him go against Drew, or Sammy's
Right.
going to win.
Yeah, I mean Cody and Drew at Mania like makes a lot of sense because of Drew eliminating, Cody during the Rumble,
Yep.
right? He interfered. Um, so does Drew interfere again today?
Yeah.
Tonight on SmackDown as you're listening or watching, to screw up Drew and make Jacob win or something. So that's a fun one. I'd still pick Cody just because it's one of those, like, I can't not pick Cody. Like,
Yeah.
he's the favorite in any match that he's in. So we've got that on Friday, and then on I think also on Friday we've got Alexa Bliss, Julia, and Zelina Vega. And this one on Monday on Raw, maybe not quite as cloudy for me, but still, Gunther, Javon Evans, and Dirty Dom.
I want all three of them.
That's a
to
tough.
win.
I mean,
All three.
I could not argue with any of them being in there. It makes
None.
total sense for all of them.
The only one it doesn't make sense for is Dom, because and I'm thinking if you're winning this, you have a legit shot to win the chamber.
Right,
I'm
right.
thinking if
He's
you're
already
winning
IC
one
champ,
of these three-way matches, you are the person who's going to WrestleMania. That's like my mindset. I don't want it as a filler in the chamber match. I'm thinking if you're going to win this, you're going to WrestleMania, right? That's what my mindset.
Mhm.
There's still, of course, the Elimination Chamber and only one person wins. But Dirty Dom, I want to see the IC title at WrestleMania. So I'm like, okay, if there's one I wouldn't want to win, it would be Dom. I want Javon Evans to get in that chamber so bad.
Come on.
So bad.
Yeah,
And the
1,000%.
only and this is the reason why I think he's gonna. Gunther goes in that chamber. I don't think he wins to go against Drew, and they don't want to see him get pinned.
I
In the
can't see
three-way
that. You're
match,
right.
he
You're right.
doesn't have to get pinned to lose.
Correct.
So I feel like something's gonna happen with Dom, and Javon's gonna do something, or vice versa, where something's gonna happen to Javon and Dom. I want Javon to win that match.
Yeah.
I do. Just like with the women, I want Julia to win.
Okay.
I want to see her. I understand she has a belt, but for that,
Yes.
I want to see her get kind of like a little bit of a rocket because she needs to show that belt off, and you don't need every single belt at WrestleMania. I want to see the men's IC. Is she US or
U.S.
yeah,
Correct.
she's US.
Yep.
That doesn't need to be a Mania. So I'm thinking for those two, I want Julia to win against Zelina. And shit, if Aleister Black ain't winning, I don't want Zelina winning. So
Yeah.
sorry, Alexa.
Yeah, they're together.
Julia and Javon are my two picks for those two. Not a parlay or anything like crazy, but
Right.
those two are who might not be who I think is going to win, but those are the two I really
Who you're
want
pulling
to
for.
win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Monday one has really got me interested just because, how that plays out. Does somebody interfere with Gunther as part of the how dare you retire Cena and AJ Styles?
Get
I don't
bouncy.
know. Yeah. I mean, Javon Evans. I didn't put spot of the week on this week, Kev, because what him and Americano friend did with that turnbuckle cutter meet in midair thing. I mean, what the hell?
He's
What the hell was that?
so
It was
good.
insane.
If you
I
would have
can't
went a
believe
year
it.
ago and we're talking Trick, Oba, I think about a year ago, Javon might have been out. I don't know if he really broke his jaw or if it was like,
Oh,
if it
right.
was
Yeah, the
fake.
Ethan Page story.
But then,
Yeah,
like
maybe.
a year later or so, he's keeping his own on the main roster. Like, not even just against filler talent like an El Grande, right? Or to that, not to the point where I'm putting anything negative to it, but he's putting up great fights against Gunther.
Yeah,
Like he's putting up great fights with everybody. Like it's insane. And I hope he wins. I hope he wins because
that would be
I want to see
cool,
if he gets
man.
bouncy in the chamber
Yeah,
on that
exactly.
metal, or because he's so skinny. People would
Yes.
just throw him, and that chamber makes everything look like it hurts
Yeah.
because it has to.
Yeah.
So,
I can't,
whew,
if he were to advance, I couldn't see him winning, but
no,
I'd
no,
love to see him in it for the
yeah,
sheer, what's he going to do jumping off? He's going to jump from pod to pod to pod and then swing off the top. What is he going to do? It's all possible. So, sky's the limit right there.
phew,
Another thing on Raw on Monday coming up, Brock Lesnar's been announced. I think we kind of know where this is going as far as it's not going to be some, 10 to 15-minute Brock promo. He'll probably come out, and not long after, somebody else is going to come out. I think the two, prime candidates, Oba Femi. I said it before the Rumble. I wanted to see them face off, and they did just that. Brock eliminated Oba. And, it was rumored a little while ago, him and Gunther. And I know there's been at least, Cena actually said it in an interview about, like, Brock is going to be not too far off in the retirement as well, I think. I mean, talk about building him about why Brock squashed Cena at the WrestlePalooza. So, does Gunther career killer angle continue with Brock at Mania? Could be a little bit down the road still, maybe a SummerSlam in Minneapolis. What's your thoughts on here about maybe who steps to the beast?
I want Oba.
Yeah, that's the
I
move,
do.
right?
I do. The only thing about this is Brock's an attraction, right? He
Yeah.
doesn't fight every PLE. He's primarily the big ones. And the PLE that's big after Mania is SummerSlam. If you have him go against Oba at Mania, I want Oba to win.
Oh yeah.
So Brock, if Brock lost and then he matched up against Gunther, say it's SummerSlam to retire him,
Yeah.
that means Brock would lose two in a row.
Uh-huh.
That's
Can't
that's
see that happening.
I want Brock to go in to that match against Gunther. I don't know, like if it would have been after the rest of Palooza where he destroyed John Cena, his next match, hey Gunther, you beat me, I'll retire, and then like a shock win. Like I want it to be a shock type situation that he actually beat him, where he's feeling on top of the world. So I'm kind of torn. But I want Oba's music to come down. I want that slow walk. I want
Mhm.
Brock just to look like not scared, but like kind of shaking in his cowboy boots in the ring a little bit because Oba lights go out. You see the green and you go dun dun,
Mhm.
the music. And
Yeah.
then Oba walks down. He always says something like he talks to the person when he's walking down and just say, like, I'm coming after you, Brock. Like, boom, face to face, drop the mic. Someone points to WrestleMania. Oba doesn't say a word actually inside the ring, and then cut. That's that's the thing I want. I
So
just don't know if
yeah.
it's going to be Gunther because he wrestles Monday night,
Right.
and I can't imagine a face off if he's going to potentially win or lose. So it's out of. It's almost if it wasn't the same night, Gunther could be a shot, but I don't think Gunther's going to be in that opportunity.
I
The
don't know.
only one
Maybe,
that works is
maybe
Oba, man.
but
Oh,
what okay, but hear me out. What if Gunther comes out, confronts Brock, kind of gives a you're next to be retired by me, and goes into that triple threat as the main event match, and Brock interferes with Gunther.
okay. Okay.
You
There
got
you go.
something there.
Nope. You if it's not Oba,
Right.
I want that to actually happen. Where Gunther threatens Brock, Brock
Yeah.
laughs, and at the end,
And then
if
later
that
on,
happens, Bry,
kicks his
I'll
ass.
buy you a beer next time we hang out
Deal.
because I want to
Deal.
buy you that beer.
It's a
You
triple
literally
threat. Yeah.
just you should be on season 3 of Unreal. I won't watch it.
It's a
Maybe I'll
real
watch the
Unreal.
1 minute clip. But no, that's
Yeah.
great. That's great. Prediction.
Looking. Yeah, I
You
can't
booked
rule it
it.
out. It's a triple threat match, which they always say there's no interference. There's nothing disqualifications. So Brock can come out and just pick up Gunther and F5 him and leave the ring. You think Dom's going to step to Brock? I don't think so.
Boom.
So
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think so.
I can tell you this. You watch. Javon Evans will be so close to lose.
Yeah.
Dom's gonna look to pin. Dom runs away. Like he because he's scared, he just runs away.
Right.
He attacks Gunther, just like you said, and he probably puts Javon on him because Javon
Oh,
like
that
drags
would be
a
big.
limp body
There it
on
is.
Gunther and then grabs the ref and he tells him to like count it or something.
I love it.
All I'm doing is piggybacking off your amazing idea,
That's all
Bri.
right. You
So
added
I
the
stole it
cherry
a
on
little bit,
top of the Sunday, man. I'm okay with that. We're
but I
all
want that to happen. I
appreciative.
want that to happen so I can
Yeah,
text you saying, boom,
get that beer ready.
I'm
Okay.
getting the beer ready.
All right. We'll see. That probably means they won't do it, but sometimes
Nothing.
we have good ideas on the show, and maybe that's one of them. Getting back to Oba, though, real quick. So
Yeah.
he did an interview. I'm guessing a podcast or whatever, something called No Dash Contest Wrestling. And he was asked about Brock, because obviously, we're all thinking the same thing here. And he was asked about Brock's history of defeating black WWE stars in big matches, including Big E, Kofi, Omos, and asked Oba about that. And Oba said, "We have to remember there's there's one black person that Brock was not able to stop his momentum, Raheem." He goes, he goes, I'm reading the quote. Raheem was immune to Brock's stuff. One win for us. Shout out Oba, man. He's got some funny, he's got some comedy in him too, man.
So good.
He's got it all. I was telling the boys this, remember he wrestled at Cena's Saturday night's main event.
Uh-huh.
Right, him and Cody. And I was telling I had a little party and telling my boys how much I appreciated it. But there's a moment that I think really did it for me because, he has his thick accent, right? His dialect, how he speaks. And it must have been after he won the NXT championship the first time. And he comes out on NXT and he cuts a promo. And he's like, I'm not doing the voice. I'm not going to do it justice. But he's like, I'm not one of those people who was going to come out here and say, and he puts on a nerdy voice. Okay. He goes, I didn't think I could do it. He goes, I'm not going to be one of those people who goes, I didn't think I could do it. He goes, I always believed I could do it. And everybody just like, yeah. I was like, that was so good. I will find it. I will send it to you, man. I was like, holy shit, I did not see that coming. And the fact that he had that much confidence to make fun of, I didn't believe I could do it.
Like he didn't do the Urkel.
Yeah.
Did I do that?
He put on his Urkel voice.
Yeah.
And then immediately shut it down saying, I always believed. I knew I could do it. I'm the ruler. So I love that guy, man. Nothing but hits with this guy for sure. Speaking of the black talent that Brock has beaten, Big E. Shout out to Big E. Love Big E. He does say he's officially retired. He did an interview. He's got a new venture with I think the NFL draft, where they're evaluating college prospects for the draft coming up. So he was announcing that and I think talking about his wrestling career. Basically, he's I think he's 40 now. And obviously we know about the neck injury that he considers himself done. So shout out to Big E, man. I think he's a guy that was so entertaining whenever he was doing his single stuff. Kind of hit a lull, and then we all know then the New Day gets together, and it was nothing but rocket ship from that point on.
Yep.
Kev, you got a favorite moment or two from Big E you want to share?
I do. I think we could probably all agree the Rocket was put on with the trust in 2021 when he won Money in the Bank, cashed it in on Bobby to win, the championship, win against Roman 1-on-1 at Survivor Series.
Yeah,
beat him.
Did he?
Yeah,
I thought Roman won. I'd have to go back and look.
I thought Big E won.
Okay,
maybe I'm wrong.
I'll Google it. Keep talking those good memories.
Keep going. I like it when just even in NXT, right, with Big E Langston,
yes,
looked so intimidating. I loved it when he was with Dolphin AJ, and I remember when he just threw his fist and hit AJ, and AJ's 80 pounds.
I was gonna say that.
And Ziggler looked at him like, "Dude, you're gonna kill her." And then AJ just looked and smiled, and you knew AJ had to been a collapsed lung or something from that Big E punch.
Right.
But the fact that he looked intimidating without a neck in NXT, came in as kind of the heavy to Ziggler with AJ, so good with his comedic chops with Kofi and Xavier Woods with the New Day. I was at that one in Santa Clara, the night after WrestleMania, man, where everyone said New Day sucks. Yeah, I was there, and I said it loud and proud after WrestleMania, and seeing how they went from that to being truly one of the most entertaining. How many amazing matches against the Usos over the years, just. The longest reigning, I think it was 400, just about 500 days. The longest tag team at the time, 483. days. Like amazing stuff. Retired, maybe the career's over, but when you think about it, like with everything, it's just fun. When you even think of that moment, like I said, when he threw the arm, like it's one of those things where it's like,
Yeah.
oops, but it's imprinted in our brains. And
Right.
then just the small things like that. Like, did he get cut short? Yep. Does he blame
Yeah.
Ridge? Nope. And that's
No.
the
Yeah.
that's the sign of a good human because stuff happens,
Yeah.
right? Bill, or I'm sorry, Brett, maybe forgive Bill a little bit. Stuff
Right. Right.
happens,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You're in a ring with going crazy. Well, that one was outside, but Big E is just a good person because he doesn't want to blame. He understands,
Yeah.
right? Did you see who won? Who won that match?
Roman Reigns did win.
Oh
Roman
shit.
Reigns
Well,
defeated Big E.
I must have watched that Survivor Series 2.0 match.
It must have been,
It
buddy.
was the rematch.
It was Big E had an injured knee, so he was attacking that. He delivered 3 Superman punches and hitting
Okay.
a final spear. A match lasted over 25 minutes.
Yeah.
So
I just
hell
remember it
of a
being
match.
fantastic because it was
Yeah.
champion. That's when like they would match him up. But amazing guy. And I would say we're not surprised with the announcement because it's kind of been like that for a while.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
So
mean, yeah, it's the my last kind of hope was that New Day a reunion celebration thing where they turn bad on Big E. It's like, okay, well, if he's gonna get in the ring, it's gonna be relatively soon that they just
yeah.
ran this angle so he can get revenge on Kofi and Woods. And when it didn't happen, it's like, okay, I think this is it. And he still does like the pre-shows for the PLE, so you get to see him, and he's awesome. He comes across so likable. You pick some really good moments. I think the other two that I'll mention, it's just like it's just the little things about him. He's known for that meme of him and the New Day guy sitting front row, and he's just chomping on the popcorn, right?
Like,
Yeah, obviously something in the ring that it's that he's like, oh, I'm gonna watch this, So that's a good one. And the other one is that classic moment from when he had the podcast with the New Day guys of like his dream matchup, and his matchup was Bill Goldberg, and he brought up it got to it. He's just like, don't give me those 5-star classics. He goes, I want the big meaty men slapping me.
and I have a magnet from you that
That's
says that.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. I did get that part. And so yeah, he's just like, we go, forget about your classics. He's like, I want the meat, and just Woods and Kofi are just dying, man. Like I think he's one of those guys that he's really funny, and I don't know if he like realizes how funny he is, like by just how his little quips are and stuff like that.
Everything.
He's very entertaining.
So entertaining. And let me
Yeah.
ask you this. It's just a simple yes or no. If you were in the crowd and Big E pulled out a pancake out of his singlet, because sometimes he dug deep, that's not syrup making that pancake moist.
Right.
That's
right.
Big E sweat.
Oh,
If you would have caught that,
yeah.
would you have taken a bite?
No, I would not have. I'd take a picture with it, and I'd take a picture acting like I'm eating a bite, but no. I mean,
I loved it when he would
love
just
you, Biggie.
they would like throw them like frisbees, or like they would open up the bootios and they would just dump the
Bootios, yeah.
cereal on
Right.
people's face.
They'd like purposely take the pancakes and like hit like Corey Graves and Cole like hard. Like, this is
That's
ridiculous.
Big
Like, how
E's
does this
nipple
happen,
sweat.
man? Yeah. Shout out to Biggie, man. I'm glad he's
Shout
doing
out,
good.
for sure.
He's an awesome guy. Going on to AEW Dynamite, a couple of really interesting things I think we should talk about. Kyle Fletcher defeats Ciampa for the TNT title. Very odd to me in that Ciampa debuted what, like 2 Dynamites ago. We talked about how cool that he was like, I'm challenging for the TNT title against Mark Briscoe on Collision. Yeah. And he did win. So cool.
Yep.
And then basically a week later, he loses it. What do you make of this? And the thing too, I will add. So as the Kyle Fletcher wins, and it sets up a ladder match with him and Mark Briscoe. I guess it's their 7th match. I wasn't keeping track, but I knew they wrestled quite a bit. And it's in Grand Slam Down Under. It's Australia. Kyle Fletcher's from Australia, so I understand that. But what do you make of this? I'm debuting. I got the belt. I lost the belt. Like, it's weird.
Creates a little buzz for Tommaso. Is it Tommaso or Tommaso?
Yeah. Let's go with the O.
We'll go with Tommaso, Mr. Ciampa. Or Ciampa.
That I've heard both of. I've heard Ciampa and Ciampa.
We're gonna go with TC.
I think if he has the title, you call him Ciampa.
Ciampa, okay. So
and if he doesn't, now he's Ciampa.
Now he's gonna be chomping at the bit for the title again. I think debut winning, he looked like a star. Few weeks with the belt, it shows that he's a contender still for the belt. When Kyle Fletcher was in the middle of the ring, when Ciampa was on the ring turnbuckle, like, posing, Fletcher was just staring at him with his white tights in the middle of the ring, looking like a star, looking like the proto star, right? Looking truly like, business tonight. And the match was great. The match was
dude, I feel bad because I fell asleep before the match and I woke up and it was over and I really looked forward to it. I'm not surprised. It was great.
Rewatch it.
I'll have to find it.
Go back and watch it. Dynamite was great.
Yeah, so I
went on a streak for multiple weeks. Like the Moxley match earlier in the night was fantastic. He goes against Alabama man, his favorite wrestler.
Takeshita. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. On Saturday in Australia. But I think Fletcher wins. He's Australian, makes sense, and it makes for a kind of I don't want to say a sexier match, but that ladder match, it adds some allure to it. So I think Briscoe versus Fletcher better than say a rematch of Ciampa versus Briscoe in there. So I think Fletcher winning, I think, makes the title look a little bit better as well because the dude looks like a megastar. Not the only title change we have now over the show.
Yeah, man. It was very weird to me. Like, but we'll get to that the next one because that one I find really interesting. Really interesting. I just think it's a little weird because of what else Ciampa was doing when he was champ. He was modifying what he would do when he was NXT champ, and he'd call the title Goldie. He was calling it Sylvie.
Yeah.
It's like a silver TNT champ. So like we're just getting like cool, and then he loses. And so, I'm not saying it's death sentence for him and what a mistake, he shouldn't have gone to AEW. But I hope the follow-up is still there.
That's what's going to now make or break.
Yeah.
If he's going to be entertaining in AEW. Yeah. He has the position to look like someone who's kind of insane. He's a tough guy.
Oh yeah.
He's a brute. Could he fit in with Death Riders?
Yeah.
Who knows? I feel like he's I don't know. I feel like something's going to have to happen sooner than later, and it's going to have to be something big for us to truly become extremely invested.
What about I lost. I was going to say, what about Ciampa joining the Don Callis family? Keep on growing, baby.
Well, if you lost against a member, might as well join.
That's right. That's right. That's the old adage there, buddy. You said it best. So, okay. So now let's get to the other one. The main event was the women's title strap match with Chris Statlander, the champ, and Tekla.
Yeah.
And I'm watching, and it was a hard-hitting match. It was back and forth. And Tekla wins. And I was a little surprised at that because now we've had 2 title changes on a Dynamite. Yeah, just didn't quite see it coming. And then I see something online a little bit after Dynamite's over, and it was kind of well, maybe it makes some sense now. So she was interviewed by TMZ. They have their own like wrestling podcast type of show. And she ended up like pausing and starting to cry when talking about basically her character and the direction that it has gone and trying to get the fans invested in it. And I get what she's saying. I don't, follow it all super, super, super close. But I know there was a part in the last year where she was a heel, and
Yeah.
her and Willow were having these like crazy matches with like the thumbtacks and all the stuff. And that happened, and like nothing happened like in the match to make her be a good girl, I should say. And like next thing you know, like for no reason, like she was good. Like nothing happened, and I remember it being like, oh, okay, like you were just bad, and nothing happened to make you be good again that I had seen. And I feel like that's what she was alluding to. It's been kind of a weird thing. So when you saw this, if you watched the clip that I sent, Kev, did it like make sense to you now that of like, oh, this is something that it clearly was bothering her, and maybe AEW said, yeah, we got to make a change here because something's just not working
Yeah.
how we
I
want it to.
I think okay, so if I was gonna book it, I think maybe she asked for it to happen as well, right? Maybe a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
Self-admitted, I've never been the biggest Chris Stratlander fan, but her with the title actually made her interesting. That's the thing because I feel like it's Tony Storm's world and everyone's just been living in it for a long time
yeah,
for me in
right,
AEW. But the fact that she beat Tony for that title, that made me interested. And she held it for over 140 days. That made me more interested. Like, I feel that if I was going to book it, I would have preferred her lose it in Australia. I
sure,
think a chase from an Australian winning the title there is it would be massive.
yeah,
Um, I don't know if there's something going on with her, you know, emotionally. Like I think she just wants to be liked.
yeah,
And that's the tricky thing. People are going only going to like you if it's organically. Like that's wrestling is
yeah,
crazy, man. But everyone at the end of the day, if you're a pro wrestler or you're just doing a podcast, right? I go to work, I want to be liked. Everyone just wants to be liked in the world. That's the thing, and I feel for her.
right,
But I was very surprised that there was 2 title changes though last night, especially that one. That one I would say Fletcher winning, shock level 3. Stratlander losing, shock level, I'd say like a 9.
okay. Yeah, and when I saw this interview, then if I would have given it a 9, I've been like, oh, I'll probably put it at a 3. Like something's
Yeah.
going on here. And okay, now I'm going to throw out the cynical conspiracy theory about
Yeah.
this. So she said this, and you can kind of connect the dots of like, it boils down to, hey, my booking hasn't been great. People don't necessarily want to cheer for me because they are confused about my character. I think the same day, yesterday, 2 days ago, I just saw, a little highlight come across my feed of an interview with Tekla, and she basically said, like, I'm thrilled to be in AEW. I don't think I'd fit in and wouldn't want to be in WWE because I don't really like being like told what to do and bossed around. and I have the freedom in AEW. So if you want to be the cynical guy, you could go, Tony Khan sees one person going like, I'm not so happy, this is this, and see the contender going like, this is great, I love it here, I don't want to be at that other company. Any merit to that? Are you, I'm not saying this is the case, but when you hear this, do you think I'm like crazy stupid, or do you go, well, I guess that's possible too?
I want her to, the only thing that could legitimize her making that comment if she goes on a run and has the belt for a while.
Yeah.
Because if she has the belt, say, for a month, makes Statlander even looks worse. That's the thing.
Yeah, right. We're hot
That's
potatoing the belt here.
so
Yeah,
now
I
you're
gotcha.
in a very unique position, Tony. And this is where Coney would come on and
I think
say
he's off today,
the
unfortunately.
book the best. Well, he's probably out partying because of what happened on Dynamite, man. That's the thing. He's probably got that Dynamite hangover.
He's probably on the flight to Australia right
That
now.
is true. It's gonna be a good day.
And Slam Australia's gonna be great.
I think
That was not Coney.
where Ciampa figuring out what he does next, he'll be okay. I feel like the most to lose of Ciampa and Statlander all revolves around what the female champion officially has in that reign.
Yeah.
Because if it's a fluke, Statlander is, where does she go from there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you have Harley entertaining, Willow entertaining. You have Tony Storm, doesn't have a title, but she still is, I say, the measuring stick.
Yeah.
You had the title, and that made you one of the best. Now, truly, where do you go?
Yeah. And it was weird too, and she alluded to it that she won the title in a four-way with Tony, and I don't remember, I think Mercedes was in there, and I don't remember who the fourth was, but it was one of those, like, it wasn't the story of like, I'm climbing my way to the top and I have a personal feud with the champion Tony Storm. It was like, as she put it, she's like, Tony's a bit eccentric and crazy, and said, you're in the match, you're in the match, you're in the match. And then she was, and then she won. And it was like kind of out of nowhere where, us as fans, we want to gravitate toward the story of somebody, really working to get the title and the personal feud. It was kind of random how it all began.
Well, it's kind of like, what pay-per-view was that? WWE. It was a four-way for the tag belt back in the day. It was like Legion of Doom versus the Godwins versus
we are going back.
Davey Boy and Owen. This is when Stone Cold hurt his neck, and when I think it was Stone Cold and Owen were champs. But then they gave him up, or maybe it was Stone Cold and I forget.
Stone Cold and Shawn were champs for a
minute. Owen and Davey Boy, and they threw in the Headbangers all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And the Headbangers won.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
But those are the tag titles. Statlander, it might have been a four-way, but she still won. She still had the faith to be champion.
Yeah.
Like,
interesting.
That's the thing. You got to, if you're going to be champion, man, I feel like, yes, there's a lot of pressure, but maybe everyone's just not set out to be the champion. She's had the big moments in AEW, though. We saw her live on February 29th, years and years ago. That was the first time I ever really knew the name of her, right? Yeah. I've heard the name before. We saw her, and she did the boop thing. She was cool with
the alien thing.
Yeah, but we'll see.
So maybe the angle now too, because they did a good job with the finish, because the other bad girls of Sky Blue and Julia Hart come out and they screw with it, and the commentary did a good job of saying, Willow and Harley are already headed to Australia. She has no backup. So then she loses, and then she does get the backup when what's her name, Alex Windsor and Jamie Hayter come out. Okay, so maybe she buddies up with them to take on the three spooky girls.
Yeah,
and then you can kind of go from there, and maybe a title rematch comes down the line. So I don't know. Interesting. That was That went from a like, oh wow, I didn't see that coming to there's something more here. That was a
Yeah.
really interesting one. Let's talk quickly too about Grand Slam Australia Saturday night. I don't. Well, I guess maybe it's a good idea to put on a wrestling special on Valentine's because a lot of us guys that are wrestling fans not exactly killing it with the ladies or the dudes for that matter. There were
Yeah.
a bunch of lonely dudes. But for those of us who, unlike you and I, who are happily married, if you'll tune in or maybe you'll hit the DVR and watch it later, it does look like a great card.
Oh, the card looks
Oh
top to
yeah.
bottom looks awesome.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing on here that I would not be interested in seeing. It's MJF and Brody King. It's Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy versus Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta. The loser loses their hair. I don't
Who do
know
you
if
think's going to lose the hair?
I gotta think it's Yuta.
I
He's just like got a mop on his
I
head.
feel like if he
I'd love to see Tony though. That would be awesome.
I think Tony is my I want to see Tony lose.
Yeah, I would love to
because
see
I
that.
feel like she would rock the bald head.
Oh,
And I feel like she would
1,000%.
just I think she would go to the mega level of like Becky with the blood,
Yeah.
seeing Tony bald. I feel like it would be that type of epic moment.
Yeah,
But for
I-
badassery, and I don't think that's a word, I think
is
Wheeler
not.
Yuta would look badass as a bald.
I mean, he needs the most as far as like,
Yeah.
Orange Cassidy has kind of short hair, right?
Yeah.
So it ain't that bad. And Marina Shafir, I don't think has super long hair. She ties it back a lot.
No.
But yeah, that's an interesting one. And then you got Babes of Wrath, Harley and Willow versus Mega Bad. That's what's her name? Megan Bain and the other girl. Like Penelope Ford. Sorry.
Yeah.
Penelope.
She's bad.
Yeah, she says, as the name says.
That's a good
Andrade and Hangman, Mox and Takeshita, and then the Kyle Fletcher, Mark Briscoe ladder match, as we previously mentioned. So we talked about the loser loses their hair, and I mean, I don't know what. Do you have plans on Valentine's night, bro? You gonna be watching live?
If I told my wife, babe, we're gonna get Grand Slam, and she's gonna be like, "What does that mean?" And I said, "Let's get our AEW pay-per-view." She'd be like, "Are you kidding me?"
Now it's not a pay-per-view though, Kev. You say no, baby. Don't worry, this won't cost you a dime. It's right on TNT or TBS, I think.
Oh, it is?
I think so. I don't think it's a pay-per-view.
Oh, I thought it was a pay-per-view.
I'll double check. I
guess it is a Grand Slam. Well, I will say this. The card looks like it should be on a pay-per-view. The card is stacked. I think some of those matches, you want to sell a big arena. I feel like that's pay-per-view all day long. That's almost to the point of you're putting Tony and Orange Cassidy versus Marina and Yuta for a loser, shaves your head. Is it on TV for free?
So yes, it's on TNT. And here's where I got a little weird. I went, wait a minute. Doesn't TNT show the NBA All-Star Saturday night every... Oh, they don't have the NBA anymore. It's probably on Peacock or Amazon Prime or something. I don't even know.
What time does this even start? Because Australia is...
Well, it starts at 8 o'clock. That's what I'm seeing here, 8 o'clock. So my guess is it'll be taped at 8 o'clock Australia time.
Okay.
Saturday, and then it'll be like a 6-hour delay or
okay,
an hour delay. I don't know.
I would say my lock of all of them.
Yeah.
Give me Andrade over Hangman.
All right, we're in agreement.
I want that. Honestly, I think that is, and I've been saying it every week, and we're all in agreement.
Yeah.
The way Andrade is looking, you can't have the man lose. You are having him beat the best of the best. You got to have him beat another ex-champion.
Swerve, Kenny Omega, and I'll take out Hangman.
It
I'm
only
with
makes
you.
sense.
That's the one I'd want to see.
It
I
only
agree.
makes sense. But honestly, I want to see every match. Like the one that on paper, I'm looking at all the matches in front of me. The one on paper probably that is probably going to be the most not technical, Babes of Wrath with
Yeah.
Harley, right? But that's just going to be but it's going to be fun.
I think
That's the
Megan
thing.
Bain's from Australia too, though. So
Megan
Harley's
Bain,
from
man,
Australia.
she is a beast of a woman.
She is.
She looks every bit of a star. Every match looks great. I bet you that ladder
Yeah.
match is going to be absolutely fantastic. Briscoe might lose another tooth. Don't
Oh,
have many left.
I thought
Hopefully he
Megan
doesn't.
Bain was from Australia. It says she's from Connecticut. Never mind.
No,
I was way off.
no, it's maybe they have like where it's like Chinatown or Little
Yes,
Italy.
yeah.
Maybe they have
Connecticut,
small Australia in
East Haven, Connecticut, a suburb of Brisbane or whatever.
yeah,
Yes, right. No, interesting. Oh yeah, I thought she was from Australia or
those
something.
Yukon
Yeah,
Australian Huskies.
yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, she probably could have played for Coach Gino and the Lady Huskies there.
Yeah, what are
Huh,
you doing? What are you
who
doing,
knew?
Gino?
Here I was thinking she was this foreign wrestler. She's from Connecticut.
Nope.
She doesn't talk
Yeah,
a lot, so maybe
yeah.
that's
My
how.
wife would say no. We
Okay.
have every year we've ever been dating,
Yeah.
engaged, and married. It's been over 18 now. Every year
Awesome.
since the first Valentine's Day, we've always gotten wings and beer.
Beautiful.
Wings and beer. So we do that even with
Wrestling
Brett.
goes good with those.
It,
Just
do-
saying.
it does. And actually, we might even be at Wings Etc. at 8 o'clock. I might have to ask him to flip on
There
TNT
you go.
and
Okay,
be
man.
like, "Gotcha, babe."
Romance. Romance is not dead. I
And
love
she's
it.
gonna be like, "Oh, we got our picture taken with Briscoe on the Jericho card."
That's right. See, it all comes together. All
Boom.
comes together. Well, yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Real
Absolutely.
quick,
Yeah.
so Seth Rollins, who's done a lot of stuff for like NFL Network this season, especially since he's been hurt. Really cool story came out, I think, on Monday, how he had an extra ticket to the Super Bowl and he took Kofi Kingston.
Very
Kofi
nice.
is a diehard Patriots fan. He's from that Boston area. And he went on NFL Network. Kofi, released that he showed the text of Seth saying, "Want to go to the Super Bowl? I got an extra ticket. How much does it cost? It's nothing. It's free." Like, how cool is that? That's amazing. So that comes out, and then Seth's on NFL Network, I think, like the day after the Super Bowl or 2 days after. And he was apologizing to Kofi because the Patriots got their butts whipped.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he needed to because he wasn't going to the Super Bowl. He got a free ticket,
Yeah.
which, I mean, the cheapest would have been, I don't know, at least $3,000-4,000 to get in the building. I'm guessing could have been more.
Yeah.
And yeah, it sucks to see your team lose a championship, but I'm sorry. I was rooting for the Seahawks. I don't need to see the Patriots win another title. Their fans have seen 6 of them or 5 of them in the
Yeah.
last
Bingo.
15 years. So if you're Seth, why are you apologizing?
I think he's apologizing, partially be like, "Man, I took this guy and they lost." But then I put it in my shoes, right? I think one day, me and Joe, we just want to see the Lions get to a Super Bowl,
Right.
right? Preferably win. Just even getting there is a check mark in a box.
It is.
But if I paid or I got a free ticket, Brian, maybe you're my good buddy taking me
Look
to
at
the
that.
Super Bowl. You can be my Seth when the Lions get there, okay? I think just being there. But if Kofi in any way was like, "Man, I'm mad for going," Kofi, you have a half dozen Super Bowls.
Right.
That's more than one hand.
You've seen
gotta
that, yeah,
go
that
with
Tom Brady
another
picture.
finger. Bingo.
Right. That Tom Brady
But
picture with all the rings. He's like flashing them.
Seth is fantastic on the extra sports outside of wrestling, though.
He
You
does
mentioned
really
football
good,
stuff.
yeah.
He
Oh,
was
yeah.
on the I don't know if you watched
climbing
the
thing.
solo, the
Yeah.
climber,
I
the
didn't
free solo
watch it, but
guy.
I heard he was on that
He was a
too.
commentator on it. Him and 2 other people. Seth is fantastic.
Yeah.
And he always throws in a jab at CM Punk. Always. And it's fantastic. I think Seth's one of those guys where I love him in the ring, but what he does outside of the ring is so legitimate as well, because it says WWE superstar, but then you hear him and it's just like, okay, this guy can actually know what he's talking about. So it's like the casual fan who might not know who he is. Okay, he looks like an athlete. Now he's talking about the solo climber, listening to Tool on the way up, of how much arm strength, and talking about wrestling and comparing everything. So I think the only bad thing is he's a Bears fan, right?
He is. Yep, big time.
But yeah, I just thought it was kind of funny. Kofi just was shocked. He's like, "What do I owe you? Nothing. Oh, ticket transferred." It's like, damn, that's some good friends right there.
Yeah, Seth said he had to hang out with. You just have to hang out with my manager Dip, and that's was it Brian Dipperstein? I'm drawing a blank, but he's on the Cheap Heat podcast with Peter Rosenberg and that guy Greg. So that's what caught my eye too. I'm like, oh, you got to hang with Dip. I'd hang with damn near my worst enemy if I'm at the Super Bowl to watch the Steelers. Like, who cares? I'll make the most of it. And Kofi said he's like, oh, me and Dip will be best friends. So
yeah, I'd hang out with the Costco guys if I was going to the Super Bowl. I saw they were there.
Yeah,
annoying as hell.
Bring the boom, Kev. Yeah,
the double chocolate chunk cookie.
Right. Do that thing you do with the cookie thing. It's the best. I love it. So, oh man. All right. Well, that was fun, man. Hey, Kev, thanks for not making it too lonely here. Just me on the pod. BK, we had it our way.
Yeah.
We talked wrestling. We talked the NBA All-Star Royal Rumble, which I certainly hope it happens in my lifetime.
I hope.
We had fun, man. All right. Well, hey, Joe, Jay, get well soon. We'll talk to you all next week. And for our listeners and viewers, thanks for listening and thanks for watching. It's youtube.com/That Wrestling Podcast, at That WrestlePod for social media, and whatamaneuver.net for the merchandise, which there may be some new stuff coming soon. I've been seeing a little stuff on that. So exciting times ahead. Whether you're watching AEW Grand Slam on Valentine's night because you don't got a date, or if you do, and you do it too, that's even better. But as always, enjoy wrestling.
Thanks for listening. Follow That WrestlePod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
1, 2, 3, that's it!